Hello, and the final trailer we have to catch up on is Mandalorian Season 3, following on from Mandalorian Season 2.5, aka several episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, which I guess we won't get into here because I think we've said enough on that. So yeah, I mean, Mandalorian is perhaps one of the most consistently strong parts of Star Wars in recent years, and one of the few things that very few people have anything bad to say. People can be quite mixed and vocally against a lot of what we've seen otherwise. But The Mandalorian, I think, is a lot of people are kind of very in favor of it, I guess, which is a good and bad thing. I think it's a good thing in that it's great that it's this unifying thing, and it's actually genuinely good storytelling with a good theme. Um, I do think part of the reason why it rocks the boat so little is because it doesn't actually comment much on one of the core themes of Star Wars fascism, which is a bit of a shame, really. You might say, well, surely it comments on fascism, the Empire of the Villains, or at least the Neo Empire of the Villains. But yes, but your protagonist is a bounty hunter who used to collaborate with Nazis. One of your other kind of characters is someone who is a very, basically all the characters here are quite grey. Boba Fett was reintroduced in this series, and he's obviously he used to be one of the villains. Bo-Katan is in this, and she's obviously someone who flips between being villain and the protagonist kind of thing. Basically, it's a story where everyone at some point was a bad guy, or at least most of them were. And I guess we can't. You can struggle to set that as your premise and then tell stories that comment on morality very well. But hey, we can ignore that. We have other shows that do that. We can just focus on the themes of this, which is basically about parenthood and stuff. And I've said this before, I wasn't entirely thrilled by the fact that, because I was excited by the fact that yeah, season 2 we ended with him giving away Grogu. We're gonna probably have to explore how he deals with that, what his new kind of direction of life is, how Grogu has changed him. Because it's hard to tell how Grogu is changing while he has Grogu. It's a question of, it's something kind of thing like, well, what are you in the dark? So Grogu has changed it, but we won't really be able to appreciate how Grogu has changed him until we see him without Grogu for an extended period of time, and then we see what his new direction in life is. And I was like, okay, we'll always be able to wrap back to Grogu at some point, but we don't do it so soon. We can give at least a season where we do. Oh, and then Book of Boba Fett immediately kind of U-turns on the big finale of the season 2 of Mandalorian, and basically has Grogu return back with actually very little Jedi training. And I can't say that I was particularly thrilled by that. I was actually looking forward to this whole extended period of exploring the Mandalorian without Grogu being around. But hey, it's happened, so let's dig into this trailer and see what we've got in store. Just pause slightly. I really love the Mandalorian music motif. Just put out there.
One that you saved. You are as its father. A clan of 2. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then? Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
All right, kid. Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
Grogu's too cute. Okay, well let's just let's burrow into a wee bit more, shall we? So we start off with some voiceovers and clips from season 1 and 2. We don't need to dig too much into that. I think this is a new shot because this is looking like Tatooine. So we land on the planet. He's upgraded Grogu's pod, which we see in a second. Because I love this cute bit where obviously Mando has his torch in his helmet, and then Grogu turns on his torch in his pod, and it's like, yeah, team.
2. But you have removed your helmet.
I do wonder if there's anyone who didn't see the Book of Boba Fett who's really confused about where these voiceovers are coming from and why he's piloting that ship. Not sure where this is. Possibly the Catacombs of Mandalore. Don't know what that is. Looks like some armor being... I don't know if this is a flashback or a new part of thing, but it looks like some armor being pooled.
Then you are a Mandalorian.
I mean, according to the cast list of this, corrections, Emily Swallow does return as the armorer, so it could possibly be some other. I mean, that's a voiceover from the Book of Boba Fett, but this could very well be new footage. It's easy to dub over dialogue when your character's face isn't seen during a lot of the scenes.
No more.
So he's being shot by... don't quite recognize those crafts from this shot, from this angle. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, I guess he doesn't have seatbelts for Grogu. So that was one thing about this ship. It was like, well, where are you gonna put? Like, you can't access Grogu when he's in his astromech pod. I guess this is kind of the issue he's realized here. So he has to have Grogu sit in his lap. But obviously, that's not very safe for Grogu during a firefight. So that's a thing. But it is a bit cute. And then I think, yeah, this is possibly the first time we've seen Mandalore in live action. It appears a whole bunch in the Clone Wars, in Rebels, and obviously this is, I think, the hall that Ahsoka fights Darth Maul in, and now we see it in live action, and we have Din Djarin face off against Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan Kryze in the halls of Mandalore. And that jump cut with that music thing is quite... You can feel the kind of the animosity present there. And here we see multiple Mandalorians, but in different kind of coloured armour. So this isn't part of the Night Owl clan. These are other Mandalorians, possibly ones that aren't part of a particular clan, because they have different coloured armour, which is quite exciting. So this series is very much... There was an increased build-up of Mandalorians. Obviously, the first season we had the Mandalorian, was it what, the Death Watch clan, whichever clan that Din Djarin used to belong to, the children of the Watch, I think it was, but then obviously they all got kind of wiped out. We didn't see them for most of the season. It was just Mandalorian, and then obviously in season 2 we got introduced to the Night Owls and Boba Fett, and here I think we're escalating that, where we're going to have much more kind of interactions between him and other Mandalorians, and we see kind of variations in the armor.
Your cult.
There's obviously Grief Karga, I think still on the same planet that he's the governor of.
Fractured our people.
So I think here she's referring to the fact that because he has the Darksaber now, they've not kind of been able to unify the Mandalorians. And here, and I it's great, I actually recognize this is obviously the dome of the main city of Mandalore, and obviously in the Rebels, in the Clone Wars and in Rebels, we see the intact city, which is encased in like a dome, and then we know obviously that that Mandalore was kind of scourged, and yeah, the city is basically in ruins, and it was quite in animation, it was quite an intense, like, beautiful city, and it's kind of, you can feel the kind of, wow, it's all been kind of destroyed by the Empire.
Where were you then?
Oh, okay, so she's asking him to account for where he was when the Empire kind of took over, left Mandalore as a kind of a cinder. So I think these are all Night Owls because they all have the blue helmets, and this is a kind of a very sweet scene where they basically drop down on the city. It might also be a flashback to what happened after Mandalore was attacked.
Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
Interesting line. I wonder the context of that is, because obviously Grogu has met the Night Owls and Boba Fett before, so I do wonder kind of what his what this kind of comes from. And here we see more kind of Mandalorians doing something in the city, fighting someone. Oh, apparently I guess it's the pirates. And there we see Dr. Pershing, played by Omid Abtahi. And I do have to wonder if this is a live action Hondo. Star Wars. Hondo. Sorry, Hondo. Let me just bring up. So obviously we've always ever seen Hondo in. Oh, hello. What's this picture from? Oh, okay. Galaxy's Edge doesn't count. So we've only ever seen Hondo in animation, apart from this apparent appearance in a Galaxy's Edge, which I didn't realize was canon, but apparently it is canon. Hondo Onako, who's a wiki male. So I don't know if this is meant to be him or not, so I'm just going to grab up a picture of how he appears in animation so I can try and see. Possibly it's got the big kind of coat that Hondo often wears. Hondo often wears goggles, and there's no goggles here, but he does have a kind of like hair tied up, which we can't see here, but that might not mean necessarily mean anything. Hats, I mean, yeah, because it could be just behind. That might very well be Hondo, which would be exciting because Hondo is. I mean, yeah, the hat looks very similar. And again, it kind of continues a trend of these live action series taking animated, introduced characters and kind of recontextualize them in live action. And Hondo's a very funny character who I really enjoy. And you know, Hondo is a pretty like complex character. I think it's hard to tell because usually Hondo appears with goggles on almost exclusively. But the big kind of coat does make him resemble. I mean, obviously he can take his goggles off at certain points. He is missing a lot of the spikes from his face. Hondo's spikes are more obvious, but again, that could just be like an animation thing. He does look a bit different in Rebels, to be fair. And this is set like way like about 15 or what years after. So that's the thing. Yeah, this very well might be Hondo. And I'd be sad if it's not, because now I've kind of hyped myself up for it. If it is Hondo, I really hope that they get okay, so that's an animatronic character. That kind of makes sense. I really hope they get Jim Cummings to voice him, because I always love the fact that Hondo is played by the same guy who voices Winnie the Pooh. And him and Karga having a kind of a what's the word? Standoff. Oh yeah, and then we have the character who I have mixed feelings towards, Peli Motto. Just being comedic, I guess. Oh, and then we also have this character, who's that character from the end of Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
Fireworks.
Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
And here, different ways cuddling is just so cute. It's cute. I like it. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, this is a teaser trailer, so obviously it doesn't give too much away on what we're gonna expect plot-wise, other than lots of Mandalorians, lots of some drama, some comedy, some cuteness. But the series has been pretty strong so far, so I'm down to it, and I can't wait to see more trailers and then actual series. And got a while to wait. Christopher Lloyd is in this as well, which I'm excited about because I love Christopher Lloyd, absolutely adore him. I don't think we quite see him in I don't think we quite see him in this trailer, but looking forward to hopefully that and what character he plays, of whether it's an original character or a character from a previous adaptation. Okay, well, I've talked a whole bunch, so I'm gonna end it there. But cheers for tuning in. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys maybe later on today when I watch something, either Rings of Power or what was the other thing? Oh, Lower Decks. All right, see ya.